Hello and welcome. This is my first video on YouTube, and greetings to all those in TikTok land. My name is Rabbi Dr. Sophia Catherine Woodley Rothschild, and this is the Dr. Sophia Rothschild Show. I have a PhD in physics with a specialization in experimental physics dealing with electromagnetic propulsion system, and I also have a Doctor of Social Science in history, economics, politics, and theology. And so today there's been a lot of YouTube videos, TikTok videos, and other videos dealing with the issue of slavery and slavery in the Bible. Does the Bible support slavery? Does the Bible condone slavery? And what's the difference between biblical slavery and the mid-Atlantic slave trade? Well, let's look at the evidence. And today I'll be using this book. It's the Stone edition of this is the Art Scroll. This is the Art Scroll Mizar, and what no, I stand corrected. This is the Stone edition of the Art Scroll Tanakh, and it has here over here it has the Hebrew, and under the part there the English translation. Now let's first of all go to Exodus 21, and for those who understand Jewish culture, it's the Pasha Mishpatim. Okay, and it says here, if you go into the 21 verse chapter 21 verse 20, it says, if a man strike his slave or his maidservant with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall surely be avenged. But if he will survive for a day or two, he shall not be avenged, for he is his property. So yes, just from there we can say that there was some form of slavery going on in the Bible. Okay, so let's take another look at some other verses here. This one, Leviticus. This is Leviticus chapter 25. And if you go down to verse 44, I'm not going to read the Hebrew so as to save some time. However, but I'm going to focus on English. It says here, your slave or your maidservant. So this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 44. Okay. It says here, your slave or your maidservant, whom you own from the Gentiles who surround you, from among them you may purchase a slave or a maidservant. Also from among the children of the residents who live with you, from them you may purchase, from their family that is with you, whom they begat in your land, and they shall remain yours as an ancestral heritage. You shall hold them as an heritage for your children after you to inherit as a possession. You shall work them forever. But with your brethren, children, a man who with his brother, you shall not subjugate him to hard labor. Okay, so what's that telling us? That is telling us that yes, there was slavery in the Bible, and yes, um, you could they regarded the slave as their property, whom they can pass on as an inheritance. Okay. Now, when people say, well, what's the difference between that and the Mid-Atlantic slave trade? Well, in both cases, the slaves were the property of the master. That's just a fact. Just by reading this text, from reading the statement from the book of Exodus and from the book of Leviticus, we can see that the slave were indeed the was regarded as the property of the master. Okay. However, in the mid-Atlantic slave trade, there was a difference because the mid-Atlantic slave trade, there was widespread kidnapping and selling that person to slavery. The Bible regards kidnapping as a crime punishable by death. So that was, in some aspects, a difference between the biblical slavery, in which you can own them as property, pass them on inheritance, and yes, someone beat them, and if they don't die, no charges, because that's the property. However, right, if the person, so I digress. So if in the biblical slavery, yes, the person was regarded as property of the owner, of the master, and he could beat them because and if they don't die, no punishment, because the slave was regarded as the property of the master, which is also the case in the mid-Atlantic slave trade. However, in the mid-Atlantic slave trade, there was widespread kidnapping. African tribes would go out and wage war and capture the people and then kidnap them and sell them to slavery. Kidnapping was something um, regarded as a crime punishable by death in the Bible. So in that case, there was some differences. But at the end of the day, yes, there is slavery in the Bible, and yes, we can have to admit, based on the evidence, the Bible does condone slavery. Thank you so much for tuning to my first video, and I hope you enjoy my beautiful office. And thank you again, and this is from the Dr. Sophia Rothschild, and bye for now.